Well, one of the biggest things you worry about the most in a quote-unquote survival situation, because actually this is going to be another YouTube survival channel, but water. Simply put, yeah, there's a million other things you got to worry about. You know, food, shelter, because you get hypothermia, but you can't really last long without water. It's theoretically, they'll say you can last 2 or 3 days without water, but that's, forget it, man. If you're exerting yourself, you're going to start feeling lightheaded. Especially if you're sweating in a matter of even a couple hours. So you got to have good water. Now, if you're in the desert, this is not going to be something about finding water in the desert, but I'm just saying, if you found you're going to be able to find water probably reasonably easy. And this can also pertain to something where even you're in their house, because if the electricity goes out, there's widespread electrical outage. What happens is a lot of times the water is suspect and it's not potable anymore. So, what can you do? Well, first off, say for instance, you know, this is a home situation. This is something else good to get. You can have water jugs, which I have lots of water jugs, but say for instance, you know there's a hurricane coming or something, or they predict an earthquake or whatever. I don't know, whatever it could possibly be. Or maybe the water situation is spotty, where it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off, or it's very weak. Well, you could fill up one of these water bladders and you could see that it's a bladder that goes in a bathtub. Now, it's probably good to put some calcium hypochlorite in there, some pool shock, and that's another, I guess that's another story exactly how to do that. But you can also put portable water purification tablets in it, and these are good to take with you on a trail too, even if you even your canteens that you might have laying around for a little while, you might want to put some of that stuff in there. It keeps them fresh. Now, the other thing to do is to carry some of these with you. These will take up to 99.9% of microorganisms such as Giardia and Cryptosporium, and up to 99.99% of chemicals and heavy metals, which is very important. Contamination that's in the water that could possibly be. And 99.949s after the 99.9999% of virus and bacteria, including E. coli. Filters up to 100 plus gallons. You just drink out of it. That's all you got to do. It's got replaceable filters in it, and it has a little piece of paper. Let me get this over here. This camera here a second. It has a little. See, I'm not going to open it up because actually it's a charcoal element. You got to pull that piece of paper off of there. The element, actually, if you get the elements online in eBay, they're not that much money. Way less than if you buy them in the retail stores a lot of times. But this just works like a regular drinking bottle. And you can squeeze it. It's insulated a little bit. And with that, reasonably well made, man. Not bad. Now, something else you could do is, you got these, very similar. This will filter same type of stuff. I mean, bacterial removal is 99.9999%, cyst removal 99.9%. Actually removes the chlorine taste and odor taste. I think this does about 50 gallons or whatever, so it's you know, not bad, but it's more convenient to use with your water bladder. Like, in other words, you could be wearing a water bladder on your backpack. You can use this damn thing. And the way this works is this is the filter right here, right? So you unscrew this. This goes in now. See, that's the thing you change, right? That's your filter. And here you got another pre-filter, because it's filtering through here, right? And so that pre-filter can be changed, which is good to do, and actually probably just wash out every once in a while. And on the end, you pull this open like that, and it's got a bite thing. You bite, and you can suck out of it, and it filters through that, right? Now, this has this end cap, which goes over that, and then you can add this to go to your, you know, your backpack water bladder. So that's it. That's the unit right there, all assembled, right? And the cap's off on the end. So it's very, very, very lightweight though, and you know, you can get down. I think this is a silicone hose too. I think that's what the hell it is, silicone. Of course, it's not just an ordinary plastic hose. Actually, if you get anything for drinking water, you probably want to get silicone. And again, this just pops off. Goes down in there. That's your filter element. Okay. And this unscrews here. That's your filter element. This is replaceable. So this is a Frontier Pro. Okay. And you just keep the cap back on there. But it's pretty versatile because you can put a much longer hose on it than that. And it comes with a couple extra of these gauze pads, which, you know, you could probably clean those out, wash them out or something with something. Probably reuse them as they get dirty. Definitely want to have that pre-filter element on there because if you're using up the real element, they cost quite a bit of money, right? So, just want to point out that you know, it's pretty cool that this seals up like that. So it's impervious to the elements. These things you want to take with you. Your water purification treats up to 20 quarts, and depends on, you know, this really knocks out microbes. This isn't taking out heavy metals or anything like that. It's the other thing. So anytime you add something to the water, if it's got some poisonous elements in it or something, it's not going to take it out. I mean, it takes out. This makes, and you got to let this sit a while. You got to let it sit probably about 30 minutes. Okay, 4 hours. Excuse me. I was going by the Marine Corps iodine pills. 4 hours. They're probably being safe on the long side with that. I'm sure you could probably drink it in an hour, but you know, the thing is, you put a little extra in there. I mean extra, like they're telling you to put 1 or 2, put like 4. What happens is this will get down into your stomach and your system, and any microbes that you might have growing in your stomach that could be causing blood infection actually gets into your blood. Actually, what happens is the organisms get in your stomach, right? Your stomach you'll start feeling sick. That's why you feel sick, right? And actually the stomach lining starts getting eaten away and all that too, but it normally does. It normally gets replaced, but it gets eaten away quicker and quicker, you know, when in a situation where you got a lot of microbes in there. Colloidal silver can work very good on this too. Even vitamin C can work very good on that too. Can knock out a lot of microbes in the stomach. But it goes from the stomach and it gets into the bloodstream, and that's when you really got major problems. And once it gets in the bloodstream, then you're talking about the way to fix that is with some kind of IV antibiotics or IV colloidal silver, which they don't do in the United States, or IV vitamin C, which is a hormone. So you got a real problem then. So like if you start feeling sick, you want to address this situation right away, because once it starts getting in your blood supply, then you got infections in your blood, and you got a major problem then, especially if you're out in the field. So a little preventive measures go a long way. And preventive measures is just to filter the hell out of the water before you even drink it. And again, this could be not this, because I'm not going to pose out here in the middle of, go out in the woods, which I can go on. There's woods out here about, 11 miles away from me, which are huge. I mean, it's Cala National Forest. I mean, freaking huge. I could be playing games out there for the video, but you know, information's the same damn thing. It's just the stage setting is different, right? I mean, a lot of people play that game on YouTube. They go out in the woods. I'm like, I'm just giving you information. But say, for instance, you know, even if you're at home, water supply suspect. You want to put maybe, you definitely, if I was filling this up, even if I knew the water was good when I filled that up, I would put at least a few of these tablets in there, even though that's probably not enough to do 100 gallons. It would help with any minor problem, because you want to stop it right at the inception. Especially, that goes especially for the human body. When you start feeling sick to your stomach, that means you've got the wrong kind of microbes in your stomach. You've got good bioflora and bad bioflora. When the bad bioflora is getting so big that's your immune system basically. It's overpowering your immune system, which is the good bioflora in your, right? And then it's going into your blood. And once it starts going in your blood, what happens is you start getting swelling infections in your kidneys, your lungs, your liver, the whole 9 yards. And it could be deadly. Blood poisoning is deadly. It could start very easily with not a cut necessarily, but with just something you drink, because it goes from the stomach to the bloodstream. So this is very, very important. And water is your number one thing. I know hypothermia is very bad. Frostbite, yeah, I know. And of course, if you're out in the sun, yeah, water's even more important. And a lot of things. I mean, yeah, there's critters, there's animals, I know, but this is the first thing that's going to hit you right here. Water. And if you're on the East Coast, you know, if you're out in the Southwest, you're screwed. I mean, there's a whole other freaking genre of information what you need for that kind of garbage. But if you're on the East Coast, you're more than likely you're going to be able to find some kind of water supply, right? There's going to be some kind of stream. There's going to be something, right? And then the problem is, what the hell's in that stream? Especially if you're in the East Coast where there's, you know, town up the street, whatever it is, they could be dumping some crap in the water. And you're out in the woods, but somewhere along the stream, there's some crap dumped in the water. Well, that's why you want to filter it. And these things aren't too much. These are like 29, 30 bucks each if you get them discount. This is, I don't know. This is like just a little less money. This is like 20, little low 20s, $22, $23 if you look around. So, and these, I think this is like $5. And you know, the other substitute for this is just calcium hypochlorite, but I'll have to go over that on a separate video, because it's like you got to mix it in water, make a solution, and take that solution and you treat the water with it, which is actually called Pool Shock. But they don't sell Pool Shock as a water purification tablet, because you got to go through a couple steps. But it is very, very good. It's much, much better than household chlorine, household bleach. Calcium hypochlorite is the way the military and Marine Corps treats water out in the field. But even those guys screw it up, because I remember one time I got sick from their freaking drinking their damn water because they didn't put enough shit in it, because some idiot was just learning how to do this stuff. But that's a true story. So I'll put that on a separate video sometime up in the future. But just remember, water is number one for survival. I mean, yeah, air, but you know, after air, okay? If your air supply gets cut off because you're underwater, then you got a problem. That's another story. But water, the first thing is going to hit you. Not always build a house with an axe and all this kind of crap, and we'll get into that pretty soon.